10 smallest mini aircraft in the world. Kitfox STI. The Kitfox STI is a nimble bushplane that feels more like a playful pup on the runway with its lightweight design and sporty suspension system that screams off-road flyer. Yet it is still a full-blown aircraft creeping close to ultralight restrictions and flirting with regulations which can make your heart race. How far can you modify it before Uncle Sam calls a timeout? But don't fret. This little bird came through rigorous testing and veteran builder communities are there to buffer your worries. Picture yourself landing on your grandma's farm, hearing her laugh. You brought the air to dinner, and feeling that blissful mix of pride and hilarity. Just remember to double-check your gear, particularly wing twitches and control linkages, because when you fly light, every ounce in torque matters. Stay savvy, pilots, and leave no nut unchecked. Bowers Fly Baby. The Bowers Fly Baby, a vintage single-seat gem that seems plucked straight from a golden age postcard, enchants with fabric wings and a honeycomb of nostalgia, yet flies fast enough to remind you that old design can still hit modern speeds, but fabric wings, aging, maintenance quirks, and historical scarcity whisper caution. Though restorers have turned it into a thriving community with swap meets and secrets to keep these beauties airworthy. Want to feel like a barnstormer with every throttle forward and wind, rubbing your goggles while you grin like a kid. Who says history cannot fly with you? Practical wisdom says, keep an eye on fabric, tension and corrosion, and if you catch yourself whispering to your plane, don't you dare rip. That is normal. Wear a pilot hat or goggles, ironically. It helps with authenticity and the laughs at fuel stops. SubSonex. The SubSonex is a sleek, home-built little jet that looks like a fighter you'd find in a toy store aeronautic aisle. Yet it actually pushes you towards supersonic builders' dreams, though jet engines and home-built frames raise safety eyebrows. The design has earned accolades for sound engineering, while extensive testing has tamed most of your what if it quits mid-air nightmares. Ever felt the urge to sip coffee while cruising in something stealthy and sleek, and then blast off on a whim? That is SubSonex for you. But heed this chapter: jet fuel, intake temperatures, and maiden flight prep demand, precision and checklist obsession. Airbike 103. The Airbike 103 manages to fuse the freedom of ultralight flight with the charm of a chopper bike minus a motorcycle license, and arrives with a minimalist frame that basically whispers, wind in your hair, though its skeletal design and light structure make you ponder gusty crosswinds and frozen fingers. Recent accidental rollovers serve as a serious whisper, yet experienced flyers laugh and shrug. You fly it like you own it, with structural inspections and smart weather-aware flight choices. Think about a flying bicycle delivering sky tours for ants, with your heart pitter-patting. While your grandmother might worry you're skydiving without a parachute, lightly remind her you have a rigid triangle of safety underneath. Rutan Long EZ. The Rutan Long EZ, with its canard layout and sweeping wings, draws stares and backwards jokes, yet has won speed records and pilot hearts alike. Though its unconventional design once sparked eyebrows among traditionalists, modern flight data and builder circles confirm its stability and efficiency, so your skepticism gets free plug-and-play reassurance. Picture yourself turning heads at the fuel pump while whispering, "Yeah, I flipped the wing frontwards because science," and feeling like you just solved a puzzle but soar smoother than grandma's silk quilt on a summer breeze. Just remember, canards demand careful CG loading and longitudinal balance checks. Tip too far and you'll wake in a cloud-dusted memory. Stay sharp. Balance your center of gravity. Human Drone Project. The Human Drone Project sounds like sci-fi come alive and kindles that can humans morph into drones? Fantasy, though experimental control systems and human-powered protocols play with your mind. There are risks of pilot fatigue, motion complexity, and control latency. Yet universities and inventors run trials, demonstrations, and safety gating to ground those fears in data. Imagine piloting your own literal drone body, wing flapping kind of dream. I'm the drone now, you'd joke. While spectators gape louder and funnier way to debut aviation prowess. Hard truth check. Train physical fitness, check actuator redundancies, and have ground cues. Not everything can be hand-waved with, "Science fiction is fun, but prep is everything." SD1 Minisport. The SD1 Minisport pulls you into the world of single-seaters with sleek lines and ultralight energy, but its compact cockpit and dynamic performance can leave you asking, am I in the cockpit or a jet ski? Though its aerodynamic pedigree offers solid safety features, close-quarter handling demands precision, and test pilot reviews encourage attitude control mastery. Picture Netflix-style plane you can barely turn around and mixed with, I just cornered a canyon at 120 miles per hour. Bravado. Practical advice. Practice stick and rudder drills. Sit comfortably without feeling like a folded map, and keep emergency roping tactics in your preparedness toolkit. If you like speed with a side of, hey, I might fit in my own cockpit, this one is for you. And by the way, Flying Flea. The Flying Flea carries an aura of early aviation, tiny wings, quirky controls, and pilot cafe charm. Yet that charm comes with historical moments of instability that transform this darling into a cautionary story. Though modern restorations include stability mods and pilot training protocols, so you are flying a legend that's shore-tight now. Picture yourself floating like a feather above a wheat field thinking, this is how childhood fairy tales must have felt, then landed and told everyone you rode a flea to the sky. Just keep in mind the early designs had center-of-gravity quirks. Modern builds mitigate that, but weight distribution and control response checks remain critical. Hummel Ultra Cruiser. The Hummel Ultra Cruiser looks as if it were stitched by aviation elves in a backyard workshop, answering the call for lightweight reliability, though its fabric shell and minimalist frame raise questions like, is that safe enough? And what about weathering? But pilots confirm its handling is balanced, maintenance is friendly, and documentation is community-driven for peace of mind. Think DIY plane that actually flies better than IKEA. Instructions with a wink of craftsmanship humor. Just ensure your inspection includes fabric tension, spar integrity, and proper rigging. Every stitch matters when your whole wing is made of cloth. OpenSky M-02J. The OpenSky M-02J looks like a tiny fighter jet homage with a bubble canopy and sleek nose, yet remains light enough to flirt with ultralight territory, though its jet-style aesthetic raises questions about handling and runway demands. Engineering reviews highlight its stability and custom-build options that quell most worries. Imagine donning aviator shades, grinning at the runway like Fighter Pilot Jr., and feeling the power of a jet silhouette under your elbows. The practical lowdown. Understand control harmony, runway length needs, and your airspeed budget. This one feels fast even when it is not roaring. Keep cool, fly smooth, and hit that like, subscribe, and share. If you enjoyed tagging along on this aerial min-adventure, please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comments which of these pint-sized planes made your heart race. And until next time, keep looking up and keep dreaming small to fly big.